In the world of athletics and sports in general, we often hear how much an athlete is built for a specific event. For example, how Lionel Messi is built for getting past defenders easily without much effort due to his low center of gravity. It is not new for an athlete's physique to be used as the reasons as to why they are successful or unsuccessful in a certain area. This is why we would like to focus on height and how it impacts your sprinting capabilities to find out if really is a limiting factor to one's potential. Since the Olympic Games began, we have seen a massive variations in terms of the height of athletes who won gold in the 100 meters. Heights of winners usually range from 5'5" to 6'5", with 3 of the 28 being 5'5" and 1 of the 28 winners being 6'2". While Usain Bolt's victory in 2009 at the World Championship might have caused many to believe that longer legs is the key to fast sprinting, that is actually not the whole story. Sprint speed, as we all know, is the product of stride length and stride frequency, but what creates great stride length and frequency? Is it an athlete's build? What truly creates greater stride length and frequency is ground reaction force. Ground reaction force produced by sprinters is one of the main components of producing sprint speeds. This is why sprinters center their training around mechanics and strengthening specific muscle groups. It is also very important to note that stronger sprinters aren't usually the faster ones, it's the strongest reactive sprinters who tend to dominate, because the key is not just to put force in the ground, but to maximize how much force they get back to propel them forward. Even with that said, taller sprinters will have a naturally longer stride reach, which does not necessarily mean that they will always have longer strides, it just means that it takes less effort for them to cover more distance with a single stride. Over the years, shorter sprinters under 5'9" have done really well to prove that being shorter does not mean they cannot become world-class sprinters. For example, in 2007 at the United States World Championships Trials Finals, Trindon Holliday at just 5'5" finished second behind Tyson Gay, who eventually won the world title. In the process, he defeated one of the fastest sprinters ever over 200 meters, Walter Dix, along with Mark Jelks and others. The interesting fact is that Trindon did this all while not committed to track, therefore proving that a committed and talented below-average height male could make it as a world-class sprinter. We could also take a look at Andre Kaysen, who is currently the shortest man to break 10 seconds in the 100 meters. He could defeat guys like Ben Johnson, Linford Christie, Bruni Surin, and many other world-class sprinters who were close to or above 6 feet. This is because instead of looking on his weaknesses, he focused on his strengths, which is to make use of his shorter limbs to overcome inertia much quicker than his opponents, and also to get up to top speed much faster as well. While it is almost evident that height is not a barrier to speed, there is one belief that is spread heavily around the track world, which is the belief that the taller you are, the higher your top-end speed potential. The truth is that taller athletes will do better the further they sprint. It is evident in events like the 200 meters and 400 meters, which taller athletes are the ones to break records and win medals. Of the 10 fastest men in the history of the 400 meters, none of them are under 6 foot tall. And even more interesting, no man under 6 foot tall has ever gone under 44 seconds. This does not mean they naturally have a higher top-end speed, it just means they maintain speed much better, because for short athletes, it is very difficult to maintain high strength due to the energy costs to produce that much power. This then causes them to tap into their lactic system much faster, which eventually reduces the amount of power that is produced. This is why shorter world-class sprinters like Christian Coleman and Shelley Ann Fraser-Pryce will fade badly in the latter stages of the race, despite having crazy top-end speeds. Therefore, we can establish the fact that being either short or tall as a sprinter has its benefits, and we cannot use them as excuses as to why athletes don't do well. Because in sprinting, and sports in general, the key to success is to work on your weaknesses and build on your strengths.